Hello guys, welcome to this video. Let's start learning about C language. So before we start, let me first introduce you to what C is. So C is used for uh, C is used for building other languages, for example Python, and it's also used for building operating system kernels, for example Windows kernel and Linux kernel. And it's there for various uses. You can build a whole application in it. And let's start building a small application for hello world. So before we start, you need to have a IDE or integrated development environment. So for example, you can install Dev C++ or VS Code. I have both of this installed, Dev C++ here and VS Code here. So you can install this in order to run this C program. You can get tutorials on it in YouTube. So yeah, that's all. And let's start learning about how to type in C, how to use the C language. So before we start, we have to first start with the code hash include and stdio.h. You have to include this because you have to use things like printf and scanf, and for that you need this stdio.h. So just import this using #include stdio.h and enter. After each code you have to end it with semicolon. So int main is used very frequently, and that's main is always needed in order for this program to run. So int main, and open a normal bracket, then open the flower bracket after closing it, of course, and inside the flower bracket you can type the code that you need to type. So why do we have this int? Why do we have this int? Well, int means integer. So we are saying this program to return a value which is an integer after completion of this program. And int main is the main place of this program where it is run. And inside the main you have to type in the code, and this is the main code that is being executed. And you have to give a type for the main, and that type is int here. You can type void instead if you want. Void means it does not return anything, but here we are using int because that's very common for us to use. So int means we have to return an integer, so remember that at the end of the program. So let's write the code. So for printing a variable, for printing a string, we have to type printf bracket. Inside it, let's type hello world. And after writing this code, do not forget to close it with semicolon because you have to separate the different codes. And then you have to type return 0. You can return any value you like, but I have returned 0 because we have given int main, which means we have to return an integer here, and for that we have typed return and we have returned an integer which is 0. So let's run this code. Hello world. So that's the output in the console. So that's how you run and create a basic C program. That's all guys. So you have created a basic C program. Now let's explore the different data types in C. So when we type a normal string, it does not highlight any color. But at the same time, if we type something that is already there in C, for example int, it becomes blue here. Can be different colors in your compilers, so in your IDE. So let's start with let's write the code inside this in main itself. So first we have to give a value, give a, a type for the variable. If you are trying to uh, give a variable, so if you are going to declare a variable, so we can give int here, int hello, and if you want you can give a value to this as well. For example, hello equal to 5 and semicolon. Do not forget to use the semicolon. So we have used printf and hello semicolon. Let's make this void so that we do not have to return anything. Remember that these are only types of things that you have to return. So it returns hello. Now usually we use int, but for showing this as an example I have used void. So let's introduce you to scanf. We have already used printf. So what is scanf? Scanf is used to take in a value so that the user can input a value into the program. So the program can execute according to the value entered by the user, and the executed answer would be different each time when the user's code is also different, when the user's input is also different. So let's use scanf and open the bracket. Let's type let's type %d and hello as well as a semicolon. So what does this do? What does this do? Well, it takes in a value and it enters it into the hello variable. So let's make it 0. Let's printf, that is print a variable, and %d. The %d will be replaced by the next thing that we are going to type there. The value of the next variable we are going to type there. So let's type hello. We have given the variable hello. Variable means the value can vary, and we have given hello here. You can type it as A, B, C, anything you want, but I have given hello here. If you want I can change it to A. That would be much more easier. So yeah, int a equal to 0, variable a, the value is 0, printf hello. Let's, instead of hello, let's use type an integer. So when the user types in an integer, the scanf gives a place for the user to input their value, and when they input it, the person d means the value that they have entered in integer format, that gets executed to a. So don't forget to use this ampersand, that is and symbol, and a, and semicolon. Now in printf we write %d comma a. So why do we write this %a? Because this things inside this double quotes is a string, and you have to change the value of the string inside, the character inside, to the value of the variable here. So if we check the value right now, it's 0. So instead of printing %d, it will print the value of the variable a, that is 0. But right now we have given scanf, where we have given %d and ampersand a. That means the value that we enter here, that is going to be assigned to a, assigned to the variable a. So that would be the value that will be printed here. Type an integer. Let's type 56. We get 56 as a response. If you want to know more, you can type you have entered %d. So in this sentence, you have entered %d. Everything doesn't get replaced by the value of a. Instead, only the %d gets replaced by the value of a. So let's type 34. It gives you have entered 34. So that means you have entered stays the same, but in the place of %d, the value of the variable a comes, and that's how it works. Now let's show you the different types of data. I mean, we have already shown some data, but let's introduce you to more. Int means integer, and float means decimal, char means character, string means word. So what's the difference between character and word? Well, many characters together form a string, and you also have double, which is also having decimal value. Now this is string. Anything inside the double quotes, a sentence inside a double quotes is a string, but a character looks like this: C or A. That's all. At the same time, various characters together like A is a variable. This is a string. This whole thing with the double quotes, that's a string. So that's all, guys. So that's about scanf, printf, and data types. Now see you in the next video with the operators and expressions.